1976. On the strength of 2 wins, Stewart was selected as the series' most outstanding player. The 10-day delay between games was the longest in series history, and that final game on October 28th was the latest the World Series had gone up to that point in baseball history. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio is the place for expert advice, strategy, and information from the best fantasy sports analysis to win your league. Plus, hear pick-by-pick coverage of live drafts and interviews with top players, coaches, and team executives on SiriusXM 87.
I'm Zach Crawford with you.
This is the NBA on SiriusXM.
Full steam out of the backcourt, all the way to the rim for a thunderous slam.
Every game, all season long, through the NBA Finals.
Drives, he jump stops, he's off balance, he put it up and in. I don't know how.
Your home for hoops is SiriusXM Radio. Now, let's take you courtside for the game.
Better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Raptors game night live from Scotiabank Arena. Orlando Magic in town to take on the Raptors tonight. Jim Taddy high above the action, going courtside to Josh Lewinberg, our Raptors reporter. Josh, I was curious, with most of the starters back in, what that rotation would look like. And even though he had the ability to empty the bench because they were in control, still heavy reliance on Shed and Walter, the 2 kids.
Yeah, and I mean, there are a couple kids that we won't see tonight. We know that already. Jonathan Mobo and Jamison Battle, who, of course, have been big parts of the rotation to this point. I mean, Mobo is one of only 2 players on the team that has appeared in every game this season, along with Ochai Agbaji, but that will not be the case tonight. Those 2 are with the G League team, and yeah, now that the Raptors are starting to get healthy, I would imagine that they'll see a little bit more time with the 905, but Jacoby Walter and Jamal Shed, to your point, they have earned a spot in this rotation, especially Walter, who has really settled in as he's gotten more comfortable, more reps coming off of those 2 shoulder injuries. It'll be a little bit more interesting to see how Shed figures into things, and now that the Raptors have 3 healthy point guards. Davion Mitchell, didn't see a whole lot of him the other night. I'm wondering how much of that was the foul trouble. I mean, D'Angelo Russell drew 3 fouls on him in 12 seconds in the first half, so that kind of limited him a little bit. And then I also know he is one of the several guys on this team that has been dealing with an illness that's going around, so he hasn't been 100%. Once he gets fully healthy, like, I imagine he's the backup point guard, and I don't know how much that means for Shed in terms of playing time, but hey, now all of a sudden this is a good problem to have. You were kind of forced to see what some guys have early in the year with all the injuries. A few guys stepped up, a few of the young guys really stepped up and showed out, and now you've got a deeper bench than maybe you thought you might have had at this point in the season. So yeah, I think Darko's got some options all of a sudden. It's a good problem to have as a head coach.
Josh, thanks very much. Look forward to the conversation at halftime. Magic in town to take on the Raptors, and the same starting lineup as the last game: Barnes, Agbaji, Pirtle, Grady Dick, quickly, and we look forward to seeing them play again. Unfortunately, R.J. Barrett is still battling illness, so hope that everything's okay with him and we see him back in the court soon. And wouldn't it be nice for the first time this year to have the predicted starting 5 actually play for the Raptors, because all the preseason projections were based on those 5 guys being there on a nightly basis, and they have not been there as a group of 5 once this year for the Raptors. And so, here we are at game 34. This is game 35. Nobody could have predicted that, but they've done, obviously the record isn't great, but they've done a nice job piecing things together. Countdown to tip-off is next. This is Raptors game night on TSN 1050.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuss shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Whoa! Friday's Lotomax jackpot is an estimated $25 million.
If I won, I'd get myself a double neck guitar.
Nice. I'd get a rooftop concert dome.
It's a dream of
Personal 5-star restaurant.
Backyard water park.
my own skydiving plane.
My own scuba diving school.
Nordic style spa.
Now that feels nice.
Friday's Lotto Max jackpot is an estimated $25 million. Why dream to the min when you can dream to the max?
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I have a confession to make. I skipped the gym a lot over the summer months, but thanks to the judgment-free zone at Planet Fitness, I'm back in my routine and feeling better than ever. Planet Fitness offers a variety of high-quality, brand-name cardio and strength equipment, and get this, a membership will only cost you $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month. So visit planetfitness.ca today or pop into a gym near you and get back into your routine at Planet Fitness.
What a shot.
Tennis hits different down under.
That is absolutely extraordinary.
So don't miss a moment. The Australian Open, January 11th to 26th on TSN and TSN Plus. Subscribe now.
All right, Sarah, we're down to the final question. What are the two things that create the ultimate internet experience?
The fastest speeds and the most reliable connection, Bob.
Correct!
Get the best of both worlds with Bell Pure Fiber, the fastest and most reliable internet from just $60 a month. Visit bell.ca/fiberbeatscable to learn more and check availability. Bell, internet just got better.
Unsettling mysteries, chilling secrets, real stories. Oxygen True Crime Network. Free preview on now with participating TV providers.
You've never gone to school to be a veterinarian. So how do you help a cat in need? By helping those who can help. By donating to North Toronto Cat Rescue. Your donation helps North Toronto Cat Rescue help the injured, lost, and abandoned cats and kittens. And you'll help keep their promise to never put a cat down. Go now to NorthTorontoCatRescue.com to donate $1.
Cheers, insiders! Basketball fans from around the world, thank you for hanging out with us today for the Toronto Raptors and the Boston Celtics on New Year's Eve. And the schedule makers just love our Raptors. They gave us New Year's Day as well against the Nets. What the heck? Back-to-back on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. One day we'll get a Christmas game. Thanks for being here. Please hit that like button down below and share this link out. Let's get more basketball fans here in the chat to hang out with our Raptors and celebrate New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Go Raptors, go! I can't hear you, We the North. Let's see it in the chat. Go Raptors, go!
The Raptors live here.
And continuing a homestand, welcome to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050. Jim Taddy high above the action. Going courtside in the second. Orlando Magic here. The Magic are hurting, coming off a loss in Detroit on New Year's Day. And the Raptors are smiling. This is game 2 of a homestand that lasts 3 games, and they won over the Nets 130-113 the other night. Let's go to Paul Jones and Javon Shepard. Jonesy, what does all this mean?
Well, it means if you're the Raptors, you are trying to put another notch in the left-hand column, James, and they were really good the other night. And dare I say, Javon, we got to, as I think about Jamal Mosley and look at Jamal Shed, we got a glimpse last game, didn't we?
Yes.
We got a glimpse, a healthy Quickly, still no RJ, but a healthy Scotty, Pirtle doing his thing in the middle. Like, there's some real possibilities here.
Yeah, a lot of possibilities. And I tell you, the difference is a healthy Quickly, changes a lot for this team because you get a natural ball handler. You get a guy that helps everybody, alleviate some of the pressure, the ball handling responsibility, the scoring responsibility, but also everybody drops back to their natural position. And you think about it, how many open shots did we see Grady knock down or walk into? How many times did we see Scotty Barnes get the basketball in his comfortable scoring positions around the rim where he's not shouldering the responsibility of bringing up the basketball, setting the table, and then finding his comfortable spots on the floor. So that was a tremendous help, and I can't say enough about how Quickly was in shape, but also his 15 assists and only 1 turnover.
1 turnover, yeah, 1 miscue. And, boy, the Raptors really used it well, and they are facing an undermanned Orlando team tonight, but don't make any mistakes, as we talked about with Jeff Turner. This Orlando team plays hard. Jamal Mosley insists on it, and it was going to be a battle tonight. Let's go to center court, where Mark Strong will bring out the Toronto Raptors. Here is Mark Strong.
Let's get it started with the Wildcat moving 0 to 100 swiftly. You know who? IQ Emmanuel. Quickly. From Kansas City, wearing number 30, the young guy on the front line. Give it up for Ochai Abaji. Holding it down in center, wearing the big number 19. Mr. Double-Double, make some noise for Jakob Poeltl. The kid from Kansas, wearing number 1. You know the name. Let's hear it for Grady Dick. And your Raptors NBA All-Star at 6'8" from Florida State. Make some noise for your boy, Scotty Barnes. Head coach of your Toronto Raptors is Darko Rajakovic.
All right. The Raptors starting lineup. As you heard Jim Taddy tell you, and I'll tell you again, starting lineup driven by Subaru. Get out and winter with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. Orlando in the white. And Jamal Mosley, the head coach, talked about the great professionalism and character people that the two Canadians on his roster are, and that being Corey Joseph and Caleb Houston. And Javon's claiming a little bit extra because Houston's a Michigan guy, Corey a Texas Longhorn.
But he was also one of my rooks with the national team.
A big win by the Michigan football team, beating Alabama on New Year's Eve.
That's what we do, Jonesy. That's what we do.
All right. The Magic.
Those who stay will be champions.
The Magic will start the aforementioned Houston, Tristan Da Silva, Goga Bitadze, KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Was nice to see him and Bruce Brown as champs share a minute, former Denver Nuggets. And the guy who everybody thought the Raptors should have drafted. It's worked out well, as Jeff Turner said, for both teams.
Yeah, for both teams. I'm not.
Everybody was upset.
I'm sure if you take a poll again right now, that tide is swung.
That's what I say. Everybody watches the NCAA tournament for 3 weeks and thinks they're a GM. Yeah. Masai knew what he was doing, folks. Trust me. Kevin Cutler, the 6'7" referee out of Towson State.
Big boy.
Big boy, Kevin Cutler. Along with Pat Frayer and John Connolly tonight. Raptors in the black. They win the tip and come front court from left to right in front of their bench. Quickly to Poeltl. Jakob drives, puts it up and in. Score it and a foul. Bitadze on the foul. Jakob channeling his inner 6-foot guard skills, Javon, taking it to the cup.
Yeah, putting it on, the depth off of a handoff from quickly off the floor, and then the physical finish, but the touch off the glass off the right side. Showed a bit of everything there. Quickly on his wallet, just tossing it up, and Poeltl not only, great hands and great footwork and a nice touch, but also just the awareness to create that gap, create that lane, that emergency pass for quickly on the floor as he knocks down the and one.
So a 3-point play for Poeltl. And the Raptors take a 3-0 lead. First touch for Orlando, coming front court from right to left toward Bay Street. Corner 3 up and down for Tristan Da Silva.
Scotty went under the screen there, tried to recover, but that just too much space, too much time. And Da Silva just knocking it down.
Poeltl up top, near side right wing. Tries to get it to quickly. Bitadze, fast hands, knocks it away. Back comes Da Silva. Bitadze to Houston. Now to Bitadze, short corner near side in front of the Magic bench. To Da Silva, drives up and under, shot blocked by Pirtle, Suggs, kicks to KCP. Caldwell Pope, 3 is good. Orlando up 6-3.
A good ball movement for Orlando. For the Raptors, really have to value the basketball against Orlando because they're good deflecting. They force turnovers and they shorten the game with field goal possessions.
Quickly up, the shot blocked by Batadze. Here comes Orlando. KCP to Suggs. Suggs loses the handle.
A little too much, getting a little too fancy.
Yeah,
you got a 2-on-1. That's a perfect opportunity. Just lay that basketball up.
2-on-1, supposed to be a layup. Orlando got nothing but a turnover. 6-3 Orlando, 10:20 to go. First quarter just underway. Barnes drives, lays it in.
So strong as Suggs on his left side. You can hear him trying to get the officials' attention, but driving through, power driving, and even Caleb Houston trying to meet him at the rim. Not enough.
6-5 Orlando. Batadze out top. Gets it to Houston. Now to Batadze. Spins, turnaround jumper short, rebound Grady.
Good contest by Pirtle on Batadze.
Outlet quickly, IQ. Straight away, got Batadze on him. Gets it to Grady in the corner. To Pirtle, floater in the lane, up, no good, rebound Batadze. Front court comes Orlando with a 1.65 lead at the 9:35 mark, first quarter. Suggs, corner 3 is good.
And Baji can play a bit more close on Suggs, right? Not give him any space because Pirtle's in the paint. Batadze's not going to shoot the basketball from the perimeter, so you have a bit extra protection at the rim.
Barnes, pull up, jumper, no good, far side, over Suggs. Rebound to the Magic, and they bring it front court. To Silva, near side, left wing, up top Batadze. Gets it to Suggs, steps back, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound quickly.
Difference there, right? Abaji on his hip and forcing a tough off the dribble. Step back 3.
Quickly in the lane, has it knocked away, stolen. Here comes Suggs. 3-on-2 Orlando. Caldwell Pope, step back, long 3, no good. Rebound Pirtle. Outlet to Quickly. 9-5 Orlando, 8:40 first quarter. IQ into the lane to Pirtle. Kicks to Barnes, up top Quickly. Swing it to Grady. Drives into the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound Pirtle, up and in.
Good action, right? You have 4 guys touch the basketball on that possession. You got a great look at the basket, and now you have Pirtle cleaning up when you know a good shot's going up and guys are out of rebounding positioning or box out positioning. That gives you an opportunity to get inside position like Pirtle did there.
9-7 Orlando. Batadze on the bounce, top of the lane. Pirtle about 10 feet off him. They get it to Suggs. Spins left. Into the lane. Floats it up, no good. Rebound tipped away. Barnes has it. Scotty front court to Quickly. IQ. Stops the dribble. Gets it to Pirtle. Back to Quickly. Playing cat and mouse on the near box. Pirtle. Short corner. Floater is up and in.
That's created. That's all by Quickly there, right? The constant movement. Didn't have the first shot. Continues off the cut, right? Continues moving. And then that opens up the space. That opens up the pass for Pirtle.
De Silva wide open at the nail. Knocked it down. 11-9 Orlando. 7.5 first quarter.
That's where you have to be very intentional, right? Pirtle's under the basket. He's in the drop coverage. He's not out on the perimeter. Right, so those guys got to recover quick on the perimeter guards and contest shots.
Abaji drives and lays it in. Far side, left wing.
Too easy. Right, gets down that left side of the floor, inside hand scoop. You can see by Suggs' disposition, he wasn't pleased.
11-all. Batadze, deep 3 out top, no good. Rebound goes to Grady Dick. Grady front court on the run to Abaji, and Suggs dives to knock the pass away. Leaves some skin on the floor, but the Magic have the orange. Front court, Houston 3 is good.
That's what makes Suggs so good, right? He dove on that basketball. That's a transition bounce pass, and he dove for it, which leads to the transition, and Caleb Houston gets a 3.
And 2 of his teammates come back to meet him in front of the Raptor bench. He barely got up off the floor.
You would hate to play against him, but you love him as a teammate.
Yeah, he's a former football player, and like a diving tackle made that play. Let's take a break. 6:45 first quarter. 14-11 Magic. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
What the flock? Excuse me? What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? I mean, what are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious.
I bet the kids will love them. Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids? Seriously? Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockWings.com.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Just for license 12616.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows in your car. Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Paul Jones, Javon Shepard, Josh Lippa courtside. Raptors trail the Magic 14-11. 6:45 first quarter. On site, you know, where's Waldo? He's actually here tonight. Our producer Owen Hall up top, producing double time, the overall broadcast and in the booth with Jim Taddy, keeping Taddy company with no Warren Ward tonight. You'll hear from Josh Lewenberg at halftime and Matt Cardadero back on the board at Raptor Central. 6:45 first quarter. Thank you for joining us here on a Friday night in the Big Smoke. 14-11, the Magic lead the Raptors as Toronto in the black uniforms brings it front court left to right. Jamal Shed into the ball game for Quickly. Shed drives, finds a Abaji corner 3, bang in the bottom of the well.
That's a good look coming out of the timeout there. And you know what Jamal Shed does? He runs off of Scotty Barnes' little screen on the left block and then zips that thing over to the right corner.
I love me some Jamal Shed, man. A 4-year player that knows what's going on. Game tied at 14. Bataze up top. Houston in the lane. His floater no good. Rebound knocked away. He gets it back. Tries to save it. It goes to Caldwell Pope. And KCP has to throw it off Abaji to maintain the possession. So Orlando ball near side left wing. They're in white with black and royal blue trim coming front court from right to left toward Bay Street. Suggs floater no good. Rebound tipped away. Right to De Silva. Kicks it out. Caldwell Pope into the corner. De Silva. Shot fake. Pirtle. Good closeout. In the lane. They kick it out. De Silva 3 no good. Rebound on the ground. Bataze. And that shot did not hit the rim, so it's a shot clock violation. Give it to Toronto.
That's some good defense, right? You had the emergency switch between Scotty Barnes and Pirtle. Pirtle get to play some defense, some good defense on De Silva on the perimeter. Disciplined contest shot, and now you get the shot clock violation, but a great job, the communication on the emergency switch as the clock's winding down.
Shed, front court, 5.5 to go. First quarter, we're tied at 14. Barnes, turn. Jumper in the air, got it over Corey Joseph. Scotty makes it 16-14 Toronto.
Oh, sorry, Corey, I love you, my little brother, but you don't stand a chance if Scotty Barnes posts you up in the block.
Old-time basketball. Bataze up top on the bounce. Gets it to Corey Joseph in the lane. Kicks to Houston, 3 in the air, good.
And that's where Jamal Shed's got to be a little bit smarter, right? As soon as you know that, and I know what he's thinking, to help on the penetration, but if Caleb Houston's on that other side of the floor, that's a knockdown guy, right? You can't shrink the floor as far.
17-16 Orlando. Barnes, kick out. Shed, back to Barnes, elbow near side against Houston. Scotty into the lane to Pirtle. Shot clock at 5. Gotta go. Scotty out top. drive into the lane, floats it up, no good, but the foul on the floor as referee Pat Frayer got the call.
See, what people underestimate is Scotty may not have baseline to baseline blow by speed,
but that first step
but
is
that
quick.
First step, right? He blew right by Caleb Houston and got him on his backside, and that's where he was able to draw the foul. Recognize the time, recognize the score, the shot clock, boop, right by, blew by.
Barnes sits down, Jacoby Walter in. Abaji in the lane, has it stripped. They did a nice job on the inbounds, clearing it out, but Ochai couldn't get the shot up to the rim. Caldwell Pope gets it to De Silva. 4:25 first quarter, Orlando by 1, 17-16. Bitaze to Joseph to De Silva. Shot in the air, good for 3, near side. Orlando, for a team that does not shoot the 3 well, they are shooting it well tonight. 6 of 10. And then a turnover, Caldwell Pope out easy with the jam.
Well, you think about the quality of the shots that they are getting, right? Remember, Pirtle's under the basket. They're helping from the weak side defender, and that's where Orlando's finding those passes, those walk-in threes. For Houston's hit a couple of them.
They're last in percentage and last in and makes for 3 this year, but they're already 6 of 10.
Well,
Pirtle gets 2 back there.
You know, Jonesy, it's still the NBA.
Yes.
It is still the NBA. And these guys are elite players, and you get them time and space, or they're able to recognize situations on the floor, great shots on the floor, and they're going to find them.
Pirtle's floater makes it 22-18 Orlando. And Corey Joseph just drew the foul on Grady Dick. Corey sporting a tattoo of the little ink with the CN Tower on his left bicep, tricep area. You could see it as he walks away. I guess that would technically be the tricep. Yeah. My anatomy professor Neil Smith is killing me right now. Bruce Brown into the ball game. 3:27 first quarter, 22-18 Orlando. Front court, Corey Joseph in the lane. Kicks to Jonathan Isaac. Corner 3 is good. The Magic are 7 of 11 from distance. They only make 11 a game. They've got 7 in the first 9 minutes. Jacoby Walter with the dunk from Kelly Olynyk.
That's a great read by Jacoby Walter, right? Just realizing Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is playing him topside and just cuts on that right baseline.
Cole Anthony into the ball game. Comes near side, into the corner. Open shot for Corey Joseph. His 3 is good.
It's one of those days for Orlando.
28-20 Orlando, largest lead of the game. They are 8 of 12 from 3. Are they going to regress, or as you said, Javon, is it one of those nights as Jamal Shepard, Jamal Shed can't catch the pass from Kelly Olynyk? Timeout Orlando.
I know you're trying to say you think I should be out there.
Well,
you think I should be on the floor.
I mean, I have seen you play. That's why I'm asking.
All right, I'll take it. I'll take it, and we'll take that to break.
Listen. In your day, it's not like you were winning the Kentucky Derby, but you were no Clydesdale. You could go. I'll give you that.
And I'll take it.
28-20 Orlando, 2:29 first quarter. We'll take a break. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
What a shot. Tennis hits different down under.
That is absolutely extraordinary.
So don't miss a moment. The Australian Open, January 11th to 26th on TSN and TSN Plus. Subscribe now.
And we're back.
I've got to say, what a thrill.
Couldn't agree more, Jeff. My blood is pumping.
Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new donors every day to keep Canada's lifeline strong.
And in the final quarter of the day, we have 55 left to What's that?
Is that a new donor?
It's a new donor.
We're at 396. Only 54 left to go.
This is the 450 challenge. Let's get Canada's blood pumping.
Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
I'ma go harder than most. TSN and TSN Plus are your home for the National Lacrosse League on NLL Friday night. And get even more action on TSN Plus with every game all season long. What a play!
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
2:29 first quarter, 28-20, Orlando leading by 8. First quarter brought to you by Tangerine, official bank of the Toronto Raptors and their fans. Sitting just behind us, Corey Joseph's older brother, DeVoe. And the Joseph...
And he could go.
Yeah, the Joseph family. Listen, I played with Dad, David, and I always joked, I still don't think even at their best, either DeVoe or Corey could have beat their dad at his best. David was a handful, man. He was a problem. That said, Orlando and Corey Joseph have the ball moving front court. They've got an 8-point lead. Cole Anthony into the lane. Stops, pivots, puts it up, deflected away by Olynyk. Here comes Toronto. Quickly on the run, lays it up and in. That's a one-man downhill break with no governor.
No apology.
No governor. Nothing slowing that down. Corey Joseph, 3, got it. Orlando with a 31-22 9-point lead. Raptors back quickly. Barnes turns. Following no good over Corey Joseph.
Had a double team coming from the top side. Made it a tougher shot. Jonathan Isaac coming with his 6'10 length.
Wendell Carter Jr. into the lane, jams it down.
Defense broke down for a second. Everybody froze right in. Paint parted like the Red Sea.
Orlando by 11, 33-22. 118 first quarter.
Orlando on a 16-6 run.
Quickly to Jacoby Walter and the foul called. On the drive, it goes on Hunter, or sorry, Howard, Jet Howard. And we saw his dad in here a couple nights ago.
Yep.
Jawan Howard, who was
Michigan family.
Assistant coach with Jordy Fernandez in Brooklyn. Quickly 3 up top, no good. Rebound, Jonathan Isaac. Here comes Howard, front court. On the bounce, hounded by Bruce Brown, gets into the lane. Kicks it to Corey Joseph. Back to Howard, 3 in the air, no good. Rebound tipped away, Toronto has it. Scotty on the run to quickly lays it up, blocked by Isaac. Here comes Orlando. Howard into the lane, has it knocked away by Olynyk, and they got the foul on Kelly. Kelly looks at Darko and says, review that, but Darko only kind of cursory, in a cursory way, looking down the bench to assistant coach Vin Bavani. Vin's the guy that holds the iPad and gives the thumb up or thumb down for the review. Darko looked at him, and Vin put the right thumb down to the ground and said, no, don't review that. 38.5 seconds to go. Orlando has built the lead to 12. Now 13 at 35-22. They are shooting 55% from the floor, 64% from 3. Quickly up top on the drive against Howard. Kicks it out. Jacoby Walters, 3, no good. Back come the Magic. Jamal Mosley says 1 shot. Cole Anthony handling it. Shot clock and game clock maybe 0.8 of a second apart. Game clock at 9. Isaac in the lane, lays it up and in and is fouled. Orlando on a run. It was 22-18. And now It's 37-22.
A good possession management there, right? You could hear Coach Mosley yelling one with the .8 that you're talking about. Nothing rushed. And Cole Anthony, what happens is they're running that offense, running the clock down, and running that offense at about that mid-ball screen at about 34 feet out. And Isaac has so much more room to run as he's on that roll. You get the pocket pass, and a great pocket pass. Isaac gets himself to the free throw line. But good job, great possession management, and a good look.
Raptors hustle it up court quickly. 3, no good. Olynyk puts it up on the rebound, and he's fouled with 0.3 of a second.
And that's why you play through the whistle. That's why you play through the buzzer, right? Because if that ball goes up, quickly took a deep shot 30 feet out. If that ball goes up and Kelly just ball watches, right, he's not in that fight. He doesn't get himself an opportunity to knock down 2 at the stripe.
So Olynyk will go to the line for 2 shots. First one good by KO. 37-23. Raptors still down by 14. Olynyk's second one good. Raptors see the lead cut the lead to 13. And a launch by Cole Anthony, no good. That's the way the first quarter ends. Orlando 37, Toronto 24. 1 lap down. Second quarter when we come back. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
When a daughter and her kids move back in with dear old dad, coming home can be a bumpy road.
I need a place to stay until I figure out what the rest of my life looks like.
So, a couple of days. Tim Allen stars in the new comedy Shifting Gears. Starts Wednesday at 8 on CTV.
I'm the puck that just won't bounce your way.
I'm the gust of wind that makes the field goal miss.
I'm the final shot that bounces out. Yeah, that's me. I'm random. And before you bet more than you can afford to lose, remember, I'm always in play. Learn more at gamblingisrandom.ca.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Second quarter about to start. Second quarter brought to you by Alpine Credits. Do you own your home and need a loan? Alpine Credits can help. Get approved at alpinecredits.ca. And the Orlando Magic are a team that don't mind coming from behind. They have, as I look down here, they have 2 20-point comeback wins and tied for the most in the NBA. And Chicago's the other team with 2. And the Magic have come back from down 12, down 25, down 15, down 21. But right now, they're the ones that have the lead, and we'll see if the Raptors can run them down.
And I didn't imagine myself saying this early, especially that you're going to have to take away the 3-ball from Orlando. A team that doesn't typically shoot the basketball well from the 3-point line just knocks down another one.
Well, they're almost at their makes. They make 11 points something a game, and they've made already 10.
That was Jet Howard that just knocked down the last 3.
And he thought it was clean. He's begging Jamal Mosley.
Please.
And Jamal might be saying, listen, youngster, I know you're right, but I need that challenge for later. I think.
I mean, you look at the score right now, right? You're plus 16, and momentum's on your side. You really want to
stop it.
Yeah. Right? And I appreciate Howard competing and wanting that possession.
I would say this.
For coaches, you have to understand the time, the flow, the score of the game, and
that's a good job by Jamal. I would say if they could find a way to refine the review rule, like make it as quick as football or tennis, each coach should have one per half that doesn't carry over, and then you get one in the last 2 minutes. Not two, but just one if you haven't used it. 40-26. Wendell Carter Jr., 3 up top, no good. They finally miss, but they get the long rebound. Corey Joseph, corner 3, no good. Rebound, Davion Mitchell. Outlet, Bruce Brown. Into the corner. Quickly dips for a 3, no good. Rebound, Orlando. Cole Anthony to Corey Joseph on the run. Into the corner, Jonathan Isaac, 3, no good. Rebound, Barnes. Scotty right up the middle of the court. Puts it on the floor, kicks it out. Olynyk on the drive, kicks it out. Quickly, dips, finds Davion Mitchell. Corner 3 is good.
Davion was parked in that corner for about 24 hours, waiting for that basketball. Kelly was trying to get it to the better shooter quickly with the extra pass. There was only one defender between two of them.
Chalk the tires, make sure he's moving. 40-29, Raptors in the bottom of the well, cut the lead to 11. Front court, Cole Anthony on the drive, Davion Mitchell all over him. Howard has to launch a 3, no good. Long rebound, Toronto. Here comes Quickly on the run. Drive, lay it up and in.
Oh, that's footwork. That's fancy footwork.
Man.
That's fancy footwork.
Quickly with the misdirection step, lays it in. The Raptors cut it to 9. Timeout, Orlando.
It's a basketball, right? You get a 3-pointer by Davion Mitchell and playing 2-on-1 offense on the right side of the floor. Now you have Quickly in transition where he is so good, changing speeds, fancy footwork, nice finish.
Timeout, Orlando, 9:59, first half, 40-31. Magic with the lead. Let's take a break. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century. That's how Gary fans, and we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
TSN Plus is taking game day to a whole new level with NFL Red Zone.
Absolutely incredible!
Subscribe now for every touchdown from every game, every Sunday afternoon. NFL Red Zone, available on TSN Plus.
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I'm living large with my Black Card membership at Planet Fitness. For just $29.99, you get all types of perks, like bringing a guest for free, access to any Planet Fitness location, and my favorite perk of them all, unlimited use of the hydro massage. And believe me, I've been really testing that policy out lately. So sign up today for your Planet Fitness Black Card membership at planetfitness.ca or pop into any location and get ready to absolutely love going to the gym at Planet Fitness.
Walmart is the #1 place to save on groceries. And right now, you can save $2.13 on a pint of fresh blueberries. On for only $2.84 each. That's 42% in savings. Walmart. Save money. Live better.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
9:59. First half, Raptors on a little bit of a run here as they trailed by 13, 37-24. After the first quarter, they're on a 7-3 run to cut the lead a little bit to 40-31, but the fly in the ointment right now for the Raptors is the three-point shooting of the Orlando Magic, with the Magic going 10 of 19 right now. Raptors have only made 2 threes. It's a 24-point difference from behind the arc. Raptors ahead, points in the paint, 14-6 to mitigate some of that. Orlando ball front court. Suggs gets it to De Silva. Bruce Brown hounding him out near center. Back to Carter. Wendell Carter Jr. jumper at the almost expiration of the clock. No good. Back comes Toronto.
Scotty Barnes blew that whole play up coming out of timeout. They were trying to get the basketball to Isaac on the left block, and Scotty just fought over that screen.
Bruce Brown, floater in the lane, no good. Rebound, Isaac. Tough shot by Bruce. He was contested well. Here come the Magic. De Silva gets it to Carter. Drives on Olynyk. Reverse layup, no good. Good contest by Kelly. Isaac with the rebound. Davion Mitchell steals the pass intended for Cole Anthony. Quickly dips for three, no good.
He didn't take a rhythm one there. He stopped, thought about it in transition. Was looking, almost thinking, should I make a pass first? And that split second, lost him some of his rhythm.
Well, they got a loose ball foul on Scotty Barnes. I didn't think so, but Grady in. Quickly, Mitchell. Olynyk, Barnes, and Grady Dick on the floor for Toronto. Anthony for Orlando. In the white, coming right to left toward Bay Street. Wendell Carter Jr., kick out. Cole Anthony, three, no good. Rebound. They fight for it. De Silva picks it up off the ground and lays it in.
You can see Coach Darko frustrated on the sideline here. There's three black shirts, and somebody's got to dive on the basketball to collect it.
Raptors front court. Olynyk on the block, near side. Raptors in the black, moving left to right. They kick it out, swing it. Mitchell to Grady, three in the air, no good. Orlando's Jonathan Isaac can't squeeze a rebound out of bounds. It'll be Toronto basketball. .808 first half, 42-31. Orlando with an 11-point lead. Trying to kind of hold the Raptors at bay right now. Toronto inbound, baseline left, far side in the black. Coming left to right. Toronto almost turns it over. Orlando knocks it out of bounds.
Hurdle with the right idea, right? As he sets that last screen, slips at the basket, gets the pass. Should have been a bit more aggressive and just looked at the basket. Was trying to get the inbounder on the pass.
Barnes takes the inbound. On the bounce against De Silva, into the corner to Grady. Three in the air, no good. Rebound Cole Anthony. Under 8 minutes first half, 42-31 Orlando. Anthony gets it to Wendell Carter Jr. Dribble handoff to Silva. Shot fake, drives into the paint, floats it up and in. Magic back up 13, 44-31. Grady drives and he's fouled by Cole Anthony out top. Jamal Shedd will inbound for Toronto.
Rookie De Silva, he looks pretty comfortable out there.
He does.
Right, the 18th pick. Really just put the basketball on the floor, can do a number of things. Really looks good. 5 for 7 from the floor, 12 points.
Shedd kicks it out to Grady in the lane, floats it up, no good, under duress. Rebound to the Magic. Looking for their biggest lead of the game, and they have it at 16. De Silva hits the three, timeout. Fire from Jamal Mosley, meeting his guys as they come to the bench with a 16-point lead. 7:16 to go first half. 47-31 Orlando by 16. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Gary, who lies with reckless abandon every time he's invited out on game night, so he doesn't have to miss game night. Sorry, it's mating season for my pet squid. My e-scooter is out of gas. I ate a beanless burrito. My shoulder blade feels dull. I'm traveling to the 16th century? That's how Gary fans. And we're fans of Gary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
49.50.
Hey, Dave, what's with the push-ups?
I'm training for Bell Boxing Week. Gotta be in top shape.
I don't think they meant that kind of boxing.
Have to be ready, have to win. They said they're hard to beat.
No, they said their offers are hard to beat.
51. 52, 53.
It's Bell Boxing Week. Switch to Canada's fastest and most reliable 5G Plus network. Get amazing offers on phones, plans, and more. Visit a Bell store or bell.ca/boxing week for details. Bell. Boxing Week just got better.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream us on iHeartRadio, the TSN app, or on Apple CarPlay. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
7:16 first half. Orlando 47, Toronto 31. Magic really doing a job shooting the ball well. 50% from the floor and 52% from behind the arc. See what the Raptors can come up with.
Well, they've also, and I mentioned right before the break, they've gotten a big burst from their 4-year, not their 4-year rookie, the rookie that was a 4-year guy in college at Colorado, De Silva, right, at 15 points for him. But I really like how he's come out there with, some poise. He's also come out there with a bit of force, which you've seen that Orlando has played off of since the last break.
Raptors in the black will bring it front court from left to right. They trail by 16, largest deficit of the game. And then they turn it over. Here come the Magic. Caldwell pull up three, no good. Rebound, Carter. Kick out top to Anthony, swing it. Suggs, three, in rhythm, good. Orlando by 19.
Those are the tough possessions, right? You come out of a timeout, turn over the basketball. Your team, Orlando goes down, gets an offensive rebound and a three-point shot.
Grady misses a long three, gets it back. Another one in the air is good. Grady on the board, drops it in the bottom of the well. Raptors down 16, 50-34. They need some stops. Suggs up top, guarded by Abaji. Suggs, pull up three in the air, no good. Rebound to Grady. On the run, Grady, front court. Gets all the way to the basket, stop, kick it out to Shed. Three up top, no good. Long rebound, run down. And it'll be Orlando ball. They thought, the Raptors thought it was taken out of bounds, but Darko looking at his challenge man and settles back in on the play. Inside 6 minutes, first half, Orlando 50, Toronto 34. Carter, turnaround jumper, no good. And they've got a late foul on Pirtle. Wow. We get a look at the replay from the big board. Man, oh man. Darko frantically looking for the challenge. And he's upset that the word didn't come earlier as Carter makes the first free throw.
What's up, man?
We've got to look at the replay from our TSN TV crew. I don't know, Javon.
Phantom call?
Well, that's what happens when you're not a good team. You seem to get the short end of the calls, the schedule, and you're part of the preliminary bout. Shed up top, into the corner to Abaji. Gets it to Pirtle. Mid-post extended, near side. Back to Shed. Now to Pirtle, kicks into the corner. Abaji. Now to Grady, drives in the lane, floats it up, no good. Rebound, Orlando. Here comes Suggs. Into the corner. Caldwell Pope, De Silva. Carter, 3, up top, no good. It's a terrible shot. You had 2 3-point shooters pass it up to have your 7-footer launch one from the top. As I editorialize, Grady 3 in the bottom of the well.
Nice. Grady seen that first one go down. You can see in rhythm a bit more. That as soon as the basketball touches his hands, he's walking right into it. Gets his feet set.
Front court. Orlando with a 52-37 lead. 3, no good. Rebound to Abaji. Outlet Shed. Drives. His pass hit Jacoby Walter in the head.
It's a bit too much sauce on it. Right idea.
And it was deflected too. So that said, get back on D. De Silva kicks it to Carter in the lane. Lays it up and in. Darko wanted the walk. I thought there were 2 of them on that play. 54-37, Orlando by 17. 4:10 to go, first half. Quickly and Barnes will check back in for Toronto. Let's keep it right here. As Orlando doing a good job of kind of fending Toronto off right now, Jamal.
Yeah, I think what Orlando has been good at in this game is flow management, right? Early on, they were knocking down a number of threes, and obviously Toronto made their push, and now Orlando's looking for a bit more paint touches, looking for a bit more looks inside, which is forcing, a bit more scramble by Toronto. So different flows of the game. There was even one point where Coach Mosley, I could see that he looked over him, made the call, trying to get into their motion, ended in a step-up screen, and then wanted to get a matchup with Pirtle, right, which they end up getting to the free throw line. So they're and I knew it. You knew it's coming into this game. They're a team that wants to, shorten the game. They only allow their opponents about roughly 80 field goal attempts per game. And if you don't force the issue, if you don't get out and run, if you don't, take care of the basketball, you play into their strength. And I think that's where they've been really good in this, first quarter and a half.
Well, they're number 2 in opponents' points allowed. As you said, number 1 in opponents' field goals per game at just over 80. Number 1 in opponents' three-point makes, fewest, 11, and three-point attempts. So they will guard you. Also the best defensive rebounding team and offensive rebounding team in the league. They force the second most turnovers.
What works in their favor is, yes, we can talk about how depleted they are with injuries, but defense is team, right?
Yep.
Scoring can be your individual talent, and that's where they're dangerous, even with guys sitting out, is that they're a defensive-minded team.
Quickly drives, lays it in, near side, right wing. Raptors down 54-39. Suggs back front court for Orlando in the white, moving right to left toward Bay Street. De Silva got away with a walk into the lane, kick out Cole Anthony, 3 short, rebound Barnes. Scotty on the push to Quickly into the corner. Grady drives and is fouled in the lane by Cole Anthony. Grady putting it on the deck, saying that's where the money is, that's where I'm going.
Well, that's where the money is, but that's smart basketball as well, right? He's knocked down his last couple shots from the three-point line, so you know right away that defense is going to have a bit more urgency closing out to you. So what does he do? Defense is closing out, defense is out of control, gets himself into the paint, puts the ball on the floor, so now you're playing against, a recovering defense, recovering and rotating.
First free throw good by Grady, come alive with 7 points after having a bit of a slow start in the first quarter. Knocks another one down. Front court, Orlando with a 54-41 lead, 3.5 to go, second quarter. Anthony to Bataze, drives, floats it up and in. Raptors pushing with numbers. Quickly gets it to Abaji, back to Quickly. Suggs down in a heap, holding his back. The Raptors with an advantage. Abaji 3, no good. And Orlando wants a timeout. Suggs not moving. His right hand reaching around, holding his lower back. It happened right in front of us, Javon, but I didn't see it.
I wasn't following the play.
Yeah, I wasn't following the play either. I was watching away from the play.
You can see, look, as soon as he went down, didn't look like there was contact. There was no contact there. That's a dangerous one. That's a dangerous one. He went to close out, get into the passing lane of Abaji and just went down. Those no contact injuries, Jonesy, are always the ones that put a little concern on your face. And right away you could see Coach Mosley. He couldn't get the timeout at the time. The possession was still going on, but he was already out to half court.
Well, Orlando was already part of a guy being taken off on a stretcher in their last game, that gruesome broken fibula injury to Jaden Ivey, and we send him our thoughts. Hopefully he is going to be recovering.
Strange run. Quickly was attacking that right elbow.
I'll tell you what, the Orlando training staff, one of the guys on their training staff out there now, Arnie Cantor. Arnie is one of the best in the business. He was with the Detroit Pistons all those years when Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace were there. And Suggs now going to be helped up.
That's a good sign.
An ovation from the Raptor fans. They were poking around at his lower back. And now it looks like they are trying to carry him in a certain position, and he is in major pain, like still screaming. I think they're getting a wheelchair for him. And even that, can he bend? So Jalen Suggs getting all the attention. And the Magic already banged up. Paulo Banchero standing out there to our left, getting set to return soon. They know they're going to get Franz Wagner back. His brother Mo is gone for the season with torn ACL? Torn Achilles. He's got
ACL.
ACL.
Yeah.
Mo's got the ACL. And not good. So they've got Jalen Suggs in a wheelchair, and they're going to get him to the back. Boy, you hate to see that. They're carefully, cautiously lowering Suggs to take him back to the locker room. 3:06 to go, first half. Orlando 56, Toronto 41. It'll be Orlando ball. They'll bring it about 75 feet from the backcourt. Bitaze, Houston, Caldwell Pope, De Silva, and Cole Anthony for the white-shirted Magic coming front court right to left toward Bay Street. Anthony, guarded by Scotty Barnes. Now to Bitaze to De Silva. Straight away against Grady now on the switch. De Silva backs in. Finds Batadze on the cut. Floats it up, no good, but is fouled.
That's a good cut by Batadze, right? Because Caleb Houston got the basketball in the post, and he's making his post move, draws the attention of Pirtle, gets Pirtle off his heels a bit, and Batadze gets right behind in a great dish by Caleb Houston. Right, Caleb hasn't played much minutes for this Orlando team, but now with all these injuries piling up, right, he's a guy that's he's got to be ready for the opportunity. He's got to be ready for the minutes, right? And it's unfortunate when guys go down, but it also presents opportunity for other guys. And right now, the last couple games, Caleb's been doing a tremendous job, exceptional job.
Look down the bench, and the coach looks at you. He said, hey, man, you getting paid too. Yeah. Get in there.
Yeah. Next man up mentality.
Are we paying you? Yeah, we'll get your butt in there.
You're employed.
58-41, Orlando by 17, 2:40 to go, first half. Quickly. On the drive, near side, into the lane to Pirtle, who jams it down. Jakob coming strong.
Talk about good cuts, change of speed by Quickly, gets into the paint, blow by. Gets all the attention, and Pirtle on that weak side, 45, cutting.
Batadze up top. On the bounce, gets it to Anthony. In the lane, Batadze spins, puts it up, no good. Rebound Barnes, Scotty, front court. On the bounce against Caldwell Pope, into the lane, short jumper, good.
I like it. I like that type of
big boy basketball.
6'8", right, you get 6'8" into the paint where he wants and just elevates over the defense. Caldwell Pope only 6'5".
Big boy basketball by Scotty, 58-45. Raptors down 13 in the lane. They kick it out. Houston 3, no good. Rebound Barnes. Scotty front court against De Silva. Scotty going to work. Spin, turn around, got it again.
That's another one.
Scotty said, my time now, my time now.
That is another one, and those are really good shots. I know, a lot of basketball today tries to steer players away from the mid-range game, but I'm telling you, if Scotty shoots a low percentage from three, and he gets into the paint and can elevate where he's shooting a high percentage over smaller defenders, I'm okay with that. And he looks really comfortable doing that.
That's money time. That's where the food is right now. 58-47. Caldwell Pope, corner three, no good. Long rebound, Toronto. Grady on the run. Raptors down 11, minute to go.
I want the ball.
First half.
I want the ball in Scotty's hands right now. He's hit the last two shots,
and he's got it.
And he let out a screen. Right, it's time to rock. It's time to play ball. Get the ball in your best player's hands if he's feeling good.
Scotty drives into the lane on Houston. Gets downhill, fall away jumper, no good. Rebound Orlando. 40 seconds. First half. 58-47 Magic. Cole Anthony drives, kicks it out. Caldwell Pope, open three, good. You can't give that guy time to double clutch like that. KCP knocks it down, he's got 8. Orlando leads 61-47. Quickly. Brings the ball over midcourt. Last shot time for Toronto. Shot clock at 10, game clock at 15. Into the lane, Barnes, kick out. Grady, shot fake, three in the air, no good. Rebound, Pirtle keeps it alive. They kick it out quickly, three, good in the bottom of the well. Long up-court pass to Batadze. Abaji with the block, and that's the way. Oh, they got a foul.
Oh, my goodness.
They got a foul. And Ochai adamant saying, no, that is not a foul. They're going to review it. 0.3 of a second, and they're calling the timeout to review it. I thought Ochai got a lot of the orange. .3 of a second.
On the floor is a defensive foul. Toronto's called timeout to challenge the play.
I didn't see any touch at all.
I didn't see.
Not from
on
the
angle. Block. I didn't see a touch, but you can see that right hand of Quickly on the left hip of Batadze.
Well, they called the foul on Ochai,
That's all I seen. I didn't see much more after that.
But with the proximate foul rule, you know me, the referees come over here to find a way to make themselves right. Don't be surprised if it gets changed to a foul on IQ. They are looking at it. John Conley and Pat Frayer. Kevin Cutler standing back.
Yeah, I didn't see contact at all. Abaji got all orange. If anything, it's that right hand of Quickly on the left hip.
And Ochai talking to Darko. Ochai didn't get him at all. The Raptors scrambling after the bucket by Quickly. You got to know with 2 seconds that they're going to try to throw the home run pass. And that's what they did. And now we are
patiently waiting,
stuck in a review. Pat Frayer still on the line with the replay officials back in Secaucus. Orlando 61, Toronto 50. 0.3 of a second to go. Here's the call from Pat Frayer as he talks with Kevin Cutler and John Conley. I wonder why they don't have 3 headsets so they can all listen rather than now you got to go explain it to the guy that was sitting in the back seat. Here's the call.
Upon review, the defender, even though he starts on the ball, slides down off of the ball without it coming loose onto the arm, affecting the balance of the shooter. Therefore, this is going to be an unsuccessful challenge. The defensive foul is going to stand and play will resume with 2 free throws. Toronto loses a timeout and it's right to challenge.
Wow. And if Jonesy doesn't have words, you know
that is one of the 4 points because he talked about the balance. They say if it impacts speed, balance, quickness, or rhythm, it's a foul. I just thought it was a big guy who was out of control.
Oh. But it's also a big guy going the length of the floor, catching the basketball the length of the floor, in stride, trying to concentrate on a finish while playing through 2 defenders. But right? I don't imagine he was going to be on balance.
No, Bataze missed the first free throw. He's a 73% free throw shooter. Second one is good. .4 seconds, they put it back quickly. 3-pointer, no good. Orlando by 12 at recess, 62-50. Jim Taddy, Josh Lewenberg coming up with your halftime show. Orlando by 12, 62-50. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
Touchdown. Great catch. Give me a high five. 5 minutes later. Interception. Awesome play. Give me a high five. 2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives. I meant, never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium 1-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 pizza.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Firefighter Finn McHose, that's a nickname, right? Needed help contending with a blaze of debt. He called Alpine Credits and a superhero was sent his way. Summoning water, she extinguished the fire and consolidated his debt into one low monthly payment. His floors may be wet, but his debt is under control. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
USA Network, the channel that has something for everyone. Can't miss series, outstanding reality, blockbuster movies. Don't miss a minute of the action. USA Network, here for the characters. Free preview on now with participating TV providers.
And we're back.
I've got to say, what a thrill.
Couldn't agree more, Jeff. My blood is pumping.
Canadian Blood Services needs 450 new donors every day to keep Canada's lifeline strong.
And in the final quarter of the day, we have 55 left to... What's that?
Is that a new donor?
It's a new donor.
We're at 396. Only 54 left to go.
This is the 450 challenge. Let's get Canada's blood pumping.
Book an appointment today at blood.ca/450.
We interrupt your holiday listening pleasure to bring you an important bulletin. You could be doing exactly what you're doing right now, but with bottomless bevies on a beach in paradise. With Sunwing's Big Boxing Week savings, you can choose between literally hundreds of all-inclusive vacation packages that offer big value for low prices. Take it from us. We've been here since last year's sale. Hey, get away from my fries! Oh yeah, book with your local travel advisor or at...
Have you wanted to speak a new language but thought it would be too difficult or time-consuming? Then it's time to try Babbel. Babbel works because it's built around real life. It teaches you practical conversations that you will actually use. So with just 15 minutes a day, you'll be on your way to speaking in a new language in just a few weeks. Babbel, language for life. Right now, Babbel is offering radio listeners 55% off their subscription. Visit babbel.com/radio. That's BABBEL.com/radio for 55% off.
At Walmart, we offer everyday low prices to help you save money and live better. Save $5 on a box of selected varieties and sizes of Pampers or Huggies Super Pack diapers. And save even more with the tax break on now at Walmart.
Tangerine Raptors basketball is on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
And trail 62-50 at the half to the visiting Orlando Magic. Welcome to Raptors at the half. Tangerine Raptors basketball live from Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy high above the action. And Josh Lewinberg courtside. Josh, that was a tough start for the Raptors. Tried to get back into it, but still down by 12 at the half. What was your take on the first half?
Well, a little bit surprising from an offensive standpoint when you look at what the Orlando Magic have done so far. They came in tonight as the league's worst three-point shooting team at 30.6%. So naturally, of course, they caught fire. They couldn't miss in the first quarter, it seemed like. 13 for 30 in the first half, so 43% from beyond the arc. The 13 threes, that's the most that the Raptors have allowed in a half this season. Orlando only averages 11 threes per game, so it's not what you expect to see from this team. What you do expect from them, though, is the physicality. Even undermanned, this Orlando Magic team, one of the toughest defensive teams in the NBA. You know they're going to be physical. You know they're going to be tough. And for whatever reason, it seemed like the Raptors just weren't ready for it in the first half. They didn't match that physicality. And then a few small details here and there. Like there were a couple plays, both of them in the span of like a minute, where Jonathan Isaac out-hustled Scotty Barnes for an offensive rebound. There was the play at the end of the first half where Bataze gets down, runs down the floor, gets that fast break opportunity where he ends up getting fouled, the long review, and all of that made possible by Emmanuel Quickly doing his skip celebration after hitting that three and not getting back on defense. So those are just little things like focus, attention to detail, hustle. Those are the things that the Raptors really need to tighten up in the second half. And then, of course, hope that regression kicks in when it comes to Orlando's three-point shooting.
Yeah, three-point shooting, Raptors 5 for 17, Magic 13 for 30. Suggs went down with just an ugly-looking play. Did you get a close look at that?
No, it was unusual how suddenly he went down and how much pain he was in. It almost looked like a non-contact thing, but you don't usually see that with the back, and especially here it was like the lower back. I mean, man, you feel for him because that did not look good. You feel for this Orlando Magic team because there aren't many teams in the NBA that can say that they've been more snake-bitten with injuries than the Raptors have, but Orlando definitely qualifies. They're already without Banchero and the Wagner brothers. That's the number 1, number 2, and number 4 leading scorer on this team. And now they lose their number 3 leading scorer in Suggs. He had to be wheeled off the court, had a towel over his head covering his face. Again, you hope that it is better than it looked, because it looked really bad. And he's a player, one of the best defenders in the NBA at the guard position. He's having a really good year. He always goes off against this Raptors team that passed up on him, 4th overall in the Scotty Barnes draft. So you hope he's okay. On the flip side, if you're the Raptors, like, there is an opportunity here. Orlando, as we talked about, undermanned. They're already not a great offensive team, already a bottom 5 offensive team in the NBA. You don't expect them to shoot as well in the second half, so you can get back into this game. The problem is it's going to be tough to score on them, because no matter who they're missing, they still have that defensive identity and toughness. It's going to make it hard offensively. And then, as I said, like, you just have to be the aggressor in the second half. You have to be a physical team in order to match up with this Magic team, and we just haven't seen it so far. So you know that's what Darko Rajakovic is stressing here in the locker room. You know that's what needs to be done here if you're the Raptors. It's just a question, can you go out and execute those little things? We saw it the other day. We saw it on Wednesday. For whatever reason, the Raptors just weren't able to build off of that win here in the first half, but they've got an opportunity in the second half. Have to bounce back here.
What's your take on the rotation? Certainly, if you're judging it offensively, it's not doing a really good job that way, but what's your take on it?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the Raptors could use something from their bench, from the second unit. They've been outscored 22-9 in terms of the bench points. We talked about this before the game, Jim, where all of a sudden you're almost healthy, not fully there, still no RJ Barrett, but this is as healthy as the Raptors have been. They've got depth that they haven't had in a long time. So all of a sudden, you're going to need some of those guys who really stepped up through the injuries to come in off the bench and make a contribution, make an impact in fewer minutes. Like Jacoby Walter and Davion Mitchell, Shed, all of these guys are maybe used to seeing a little bit more run, maybe getting to the game a little bit earlier when they were either starting or being relied upon more heavily. This is an adjustment, I think, for these guys, because you're being asked to do more, or at least as much, with less in terms of playing time and role. But at the same time, like, the Raptors are going to need some help from those guys.
One thing about the quickly Shed tandem is that they move the ball around. Each has 5 assists, so working out that way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of a nice luxury to have after going so much time without having a traditional point guard in the lineup. And now all of a sudden, like, you've got some playmakers here. Obviously, Emmanuel quickly helps a great deal coming off of that 15-assist performance in his return. Has 5 assists so far tonight. With Shed, also 5 assists, and Mitchell coming off the bench. And, of course, Scotty Barnes is a great playmaker. Maybe was a bit miscast as, like, the primary guy when IQ was out, but certainly a more than capable secondary playmaker. So that's great. I mean, you can never have enough guys on the floor who are capable of making a play. You also need shooters, though, and that's the thing, is the Raptors struggling once again with the three-point shot. We talked about Orlando, and if you're going to allow a team to hit 13 threes in the first half, you've got to hit more than 5, and the Raptors only attempted 4 in the first quarter. So, you've got to get hot a little bit, I think, in the second half as well. Grady Dick knocking down a couple threes. IQ, finally, after missing his first 5 threes, knocked down that one at the end of the first half, but also got to get back on defense.
Josh, thanks very much. Appreciate it. 62-50, the Orlando Magic lead the Raptors at the half. Tonight's first half stats are driven by Subaru. Get out in winter with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Visit your local Subaru dealer to book a test drive today. So some stats here that sort of jump off the page. Bench scoring, as Josh mentioned, 22-9 for the Magic. Paint scoring, 20-14 for the Raptors. Fast break, 10-4 for the Magic. Rebounds in second chance opportunities or points. 8 for 8 for the Magic, and for the Raptors, 4 for 10. Turnovers for points, 4 for 6 for the Magic, 6 for 13. 6 turnovers and 13 points going the Magic way for the Raptors. So he's talking about Suggs going down. It was really an awful scene, because you don't really see that many times at an NBA game where a guy's in pain like that, and he's put in a wheelchair, and of course his face is covered, so you can't see the pain, and he's taken off the court that way. In the last Raptors game against the Nets, one of the net players went down, and I guess the training staff had to sort of make a little chair with their arms and carried him off. But this has a really nasty look to it, as Josh said. A no contact or non-contact situation, so you only hope for the best for Suggs and the Orlando Magic. They lead at 62-50 over the Raptors. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
What a shot.
Tennis hits different down under.
That is absolutely extraordinary.
So don't miss a moment. The Australian Open, January 11th to 26th on TSN and TSN Plus. Subscribe now.
Hey, it's Brian Hayes, and I've got to tell you why Planet Fitness works for me, and I know it will work for you. First and foremost, it's safe, clean, and a breeze to get in and out of because I use the Planet Fitness mobile app. And with most gyms being open 24/7 and the crowd meter feature on the app, I can work out on my schedule, not the gym schedule. So sign up today at planetfitness.ca or pop into any of the dozens of locations throughout the GTA and get back in the gym at Planet Fitness.
Unsettling mysteries, chilling secrets, real stories. Oxygen True Crime Network. Free preview on now with participating TV providers.
Overdrive, Toronto's favorite way to drive home. Weekdays 4 to 7 on TSN 1050.
Proudly made here in Ontario. Visit your Ontario Honda dealers today. Let's see if the Raptors can crank this thing up, Javon, and get it going. Third quarter action is brought to you by 2-for-1 Pizza. Give yourself a high five by any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for $5 each. 2for1pizza.com.
Well, I say going into this third quarter, Jonesy, and you look at the first half that Orlando's had is, and we wouldn't have been saying this. Just met Jeff Turner in the back there, and we kind of chuckled that didn't think Orlando would have made this many threes, right? And, for Toronto, just making sure they don't continue on that rhythm, but I thought Toronto did a better job in that second quarter taking care of the basketball. Only 1 turnover and held Orlando to 25 points.
All right, well, let's see how the second half starts. Magic with the ball moving left to right. Bataza in the lane, got away with a walk. The shot is short. Rebound to Toronto. Quickly, Pirtle, Abaji, Barnes and Grady Dick on the floor for Toronto, and Raptors turn it over, trying to lob it to Scotty. And Orlando gets the steal. Cole Anthony, far side, on the bounce. Works into the lane against Barnes. Scotty still on him, and they called a double dribble. Cole Anthony got his hand under the ball. Boy, I haven't seen that one called too many times this year, but the correct call.
But also, good job by Scotty just sitting down in his chair and not getting out of it, right? The smaller Cole Anthony, and just not allowing him to get where he wants on the floor, right? If you want to over-dribble it, I'm going to sit down in my chair. I'm going to lock this up.
Quickly up top, deep three, straight away, no good, long rebound. Orlando. Here comes De Silva up the far side, left wing. Gets it to Cole Anthony in the corner, same side, in the pocket against Barnes. Anthony works to the top, gets it to Houston into the corner. De Silva catch and shoot three is good.
Man, he looks good. He looks like he's supposed to be out there. Good job moving the basketball, and everybody's looking for him now. 2 passes out, finding him in that left corner, and he's just comfortable and confident getting up into his jumper.
Barnes pass deflected, knocked away. Here comes Orlando. Caldwell Pope into the lane, kicks it out. Houston shot fake, sidestep. Now gets it to Anthony straight away. Now to Caldwell Pope near side, back to Anthony. Deep three up top against Pirtle, no good. Bataze, though, with the rebound right in his hands, and he jams it down. 67-50 Orlando. Quickly up top, gets it to Pirtle. Now to Abaji, now to Barnes. Back to Ochai, drives into the lane. Kicks it to Quickly, shot clock at 5. IQ in the lane to Pirtle, the pass too hard. Knocked away, here comes Orlando. Anthony to Caldwell Pope. Back to Anthony. In the lane to De Silva, floats it up, no good. Rebound. And we've got a loose ball foul. Actually, no, it's a violation. Somebody was hanging on to the mesh. Jalen Suggs, we've been told, has back spasms and will not return. I hope that's all it is. And you can probably look after those and treat those.
Take time to settle down, right? That's best case scenario. So that's positive news. Good news for Orlando.
Quickly into the corner. Abaji catch and shoot three. Good in the bottom of the well. Ochai on the board again. Raptors cut the lead 67-53, but they got to dig in defensively. Anthony to Bataze. Back to Anthony. Turns the corner, floats it up and in near side.
Yeah, and Anthony there, just knowing that the Raptors are going over those screens and they're getting clipped, right? So now they have that slide advantage. Guards have to do a better job of getting over, but you got to help and contest if you're a big.
Mid-court quickly turns it over. Back comes Caldwell Pope. Catch and shoot three up top, good for KCP. All of a sudden the lead is 19, large as it's been all night, at 72-53.
Turnovers are so tough to deal with when you're playing against a team that limits your possessions anyways.
Pirtle inside, lays it up and in. Bruce Brown with the pass. Grady sitting down for Bruce Brown. Brown, Pirtle, Barnes, Quickly and Abaji for Toronto in the black shirts. Anthony's pass to Pope, far side, KCP into the corner. De Silva's three, no good. Rebound, Bataze runs it down, saves it. Caldwell Pope, far side on Barnes. Gets it to Anthony. Now to KCP. Drives into the lane, floats it up and in. KCP has 13. Orlando leads it by 19, 74-55. Barnes up top. On the bounce. Into the lane. Fall away. Jumper no good. Orlando looking to push the lead to 20 or more. De Silva straight away. On the dribble against Bruce Brown. Into the lane. It's Caldwell Pope. Bataze now near side. Anthony has it above the arc. Dances on the dribble into the lane. Fall away jumper over quickly short. Rebound, Pirtle. Here comes Barnes, front court. Scotty holding, gets it to Pirtle. Jakob in the corner, quickly, open three. Measures it and knocks it. Nope, doesn't knock it down. Off the back rim. 74-55, Orlando still with the lead. De Silva, front court. On the bounce, De Silva, and they don't get it off. Orlando saw the shot clock run down, and they didn't get anything. So timeout Toronto, 6:15. First part of the third quarter has gone quickly. Orlando by 19, 74-55. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Breaking story from Alpine News Network. Sam had aspirations of opening a clothing boutique. She called Alpine Credits and was sent a speedy superhero to help with a business loan. Super speed doesn't translate to radio, but when our hero runs, she sounds like this. If you ran at the speed of light, you'd sound funny too. Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Just for license 12616.
The Subaru winter has arrived. The crisp air and negative temperatures mean one thing: camping. Emerge from your icy tent and bask in 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. Enjoy the unmistakable smell of campfire through the glacial wind pummeling your face. Relax by the water, taking in the soothing sounds of thick ice cracking and popping. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
Right now, get 35% off Crave monthly plans for your first 4 months and start streaming the latest blockbusters like Joker, Folie à Deux.
That's what we should be talking about.
Based on the best-selling novel, It Ends With Us.
Now you see me.
Plus the exclusive HBO original, The White Lotus. New season starts February 16th. Catch up now.
I feel like I'm in a dream.
35% off monthly plans for your first 4 months. Ends January 6th. Terms apply. Learn more at crave.ca/boxing week. Crave. Endlessly entertaining.
There's no better way to drive home than with Hayes, Noodles, and the O-Dog. Overdrive every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Back in Toronto, 74-55. Orlando with the lead. And the Raptors trying to do something to reel the Magic in. .6:15 third quarter, 74-55 Orlando. See what the Raptors have as they will bring it front court. Grady Dick, Jamal Shead, Bruce Brown, Jakob Poeltl, and Ochai Agbaji for the Raptors. Shead up top on the bounce. Raptors in the black, coming right to left toward Bay Street. Shead into the lane. That floater of his up and in. He just seems
That's his money shot.
Yeah, it just seems to kind of float it up to the front rim, and once it hits that, it's lights out. .17 Orlando lead. Orlando with perimeter heavy lineup. De Silva, Anthony, Houston, Joseph out there with Batadze. De Silva catch and shoot three is good.
That's great relocation by De Silva. Getting into a gap right in that cross-court pass. Agbaji turned his back, and he got enough space on him.
20-point lead for the Magic. Bruce Brown drives into the lane, stop, turn, floated up, no good. Rebound, here comes Cole Anthony. Out of Corey Joseph between the circles straight away. On the bounce against Grady, drives left, gets into the lane, finds a trailing Batadze who lays it up, no good, but is fouled by Grady.
Corey gets downhill to that left hand. He really loves, you watch Corey over his career, right? He's a right-handed player, but really loves to get to that left hand, right? Gets downhill and knows that the switch happens, right? Once you get below that free throw line, there's usually an emergency switch, and now he has the big on him, which is Poeltl in this case, and Batadze has Grady Dick matched up. Batadze using his size and, just gets ahead of steam to the basket, Corey delivering it.
Batase, second free throw is good. Lead is 21 for Orlando, big as it's been all night, 78-57. Shed, front court for Toronto. To Pirtle, reverse layup, nice move by Jakob Pirtle.
Nice acrobatic finish, up and under.
Up and under by the big fella.
Little finesse.
Cuts the lead to 19. Cole Anthony off balance up top. De Silva floats it up to Batase for the jam. Batase's found a home. He couldn't get on the floor in Indiana, but he's a mainstay here in Orlando. 10 points, 10 rebounds tonight.
Oh, what keeps him on the floor here in Orlando is like the culture. He fits the culture. If the brand of basketball they play.
Great point.
They're not pretty, right? It's tough basketball, tough brand of basketball. So, you know, a lot of the situations in the NBA are fit and meeting the opportunity. And this is one where obviously he fits and he was ready for the opportunity.
Shed, cross-court pass to Brown, knocked away. Brown gets it back in the lane to Pirtle, to Abaji, catch and shoot three, good. Ochai, if you get him the ball in the shooting pocket, he's knocking it down. 3 of 4 from distance tonight. That one in the bottom of the well cuts the lead to 80-62. Still a long hill to climb for Toronto. Anthony up top, drives left. Step back, elbow jumper, far side, no good. Rebound, Pirtle. Front court comes Shed. Drives. Underneath to Brown. Dribbles it out to Jamal Shed. Near side Abaji. Cross court, Pirtle. Jakob drives and is fouled. Again, he put it on the floor and caught Batase flat-footed. .321 third quarter. Batase and his 3 fouls will sit down. And the Raptors will inbound. Grady falling out of bounds on the baseline, tries to get it back into the middle of the court, but it was kicked out of bounds by Orlando. Raptors inbound, near side, left wing, Grady, shot fake, 3 in the air, no good. Had a great look and could not knock it down. Orlando front court with an 18-point lead, 3:05 to go third quarter. Cole Anthony to Isaac in the lane. Leans in on Pirtle and got the foul on Jakob. Timeout on the floor. Let's take a break. Orlando 80, Toronto 62. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
What the flock?
Excuse me?
What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? I mean, what are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockwings.com.
Available on Apple CarPlay via the iHeartRadio app. TSN 1050. Everywhere you want it.
Well, I think this is the Backstreet Boys, right? Rock Your Body. I go back a little bit.
Go back.
Although I can tell you something, the Raptors better start rocking their bodies right now because they're down 18 with 2:55 to go to third quarter. You know, talk about everybody rock your body. No, y'all in the red shirts and the black uniforms, you better start rocking your body. .255 third quarter. Orlando 80, Toronto 62. And Jonathan Isaac on the line for a couple of free throws. First one is good. Didn't look pretty, but you don't ask how, just how many. Second one goes down. The lead 20, 82-62 for Orlando. Toronto in the black, coming front court right to left toward Bay Street. Barnes against Florida State alum Jonathan Isaac. Squares near side, left wing. Puts it on the floor. Kicks it out. Olynyk. Shot clock at 5. Scotty, shot fake, turn, put it up and in.
Oh, that's nice.
Wow, up and under.
That's nice, and good job by Kelly on the repost, the entry. Right, you get the shimmy, the shoulder shimmy, the up, under, off balance, but he's strong enough that lower body that he stays balanced for the finish.
Corey Joseph to Jet Howard, near side. Drive, kick it out top, Shed knocks it away. Finds a streaking Grady Dick who puts it up. Goaltend. No, they don't call goaltend. And they say out of bounds to Orlando. Was that not a goaltend? Did I not see that? I've been watching basketball since 1970. Did that thing not? Was that not a goaltend? Might have been the angle. Scotty Barnes out there yelling the same thing. Howard, deep three, no good. Long rebound. Taken down by Orlando. Queen on the floor. Trevelyan Queen. Carter. Jumper no good. Another rebound knocked away. Queen has it again. Minute 35, third quarter. Orlando by 18. Queen drives in the lane, bats it out. Corey Joseph, 3, good. Corey knocking him down, back in Toronto. 3 of 4 from distance for 9 points. Barnes in the lane, floats it up, no good. Tips it up, back and in. Barnes, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. Raptors down 19. Queen up top, gets it to Carter. Now to Joseph. And they got an offensive foul on Wendell Carter Jr. as Corey Joseph tried to get the ball on the dribble handoff, and they got the foul. Shed working hard on the defensive end. Quickly back in the game with Barnes. Raptors down 19, 45 seconds, third quarter. Scotty on the bounce. Shot clock at 10. He goes now, far side, right wing. Against Carter, into the lane. Fall away jumper, no good. Rebound, Orlando. 25 seconds to go. Will they play for one? No, Queen has a good look from 3 and knocks it down. Trevelyan Queen.
And it's crazy because Orlando is still sizzling from the three-point line. 18 for 39, 46% from that three-point line.
10 seconds, third quarter. Toronto down 22, biggest deficit of the game. Olynyk, short jumper, got it. Foul line for Kelly. Raptors down 88-68. Corey Joseph, 3, no good. And that puts 3 quarters in the book. We've come to the last lap, and it's Orlando with an 88-68 lead.
You can't you can't let Orlando continue to keep you off your game, right? A key number that sticks out to me, 4 fast break points for the Toronto Raptors, right? They've slowed them all the way down to 16 fast break points for Orlando. If you're Toronto going into this fourth quarter with some fight, it's got to start by taking care of the basketball, rebounding the basketball, getting out and running, not playing half-court basketball against Orlando.
Fourth quarter when we come back, last lap of the track, 88-68 Orlando. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuss shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
People sometimes ask, sure, you can consolidate people's debts using telekinesis, but what else can you do? As if changing lives isn't enough. Well, I can also use my power to make it rain hot dogs. It's still not as cool as consolidating debts into one easy payment, though.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved.
Fisker license 12616.
The 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid is here, and it may sound too good to be true. With a 2-liter 4-cylinder backed by 2 electric motors, giving a combined 200 horsepower, it's our most powerful and fuel-efficient Civic ever. Plus, with an estimated range of over 800 kilometers and available features like a Bose premium sound system, your crew will love it too. Huh, maybe it should be called the Civic 2.0. Redefine your drive with the 2025 Civic Hybrid. Visit your Ontario Honda dealer and test drive yours today.
Making your lousy commute fun. Overdrive with Hayes Noodles and the O-Dog every weekday, 4 to 7 p.m. on TSN 1050.
Fourth quarter time in Toronto, last lap. And the Raptors got to crank up their engine as they trail 88-68. Fourth quarter is powered by CMC Markets. Take your trading to the next level with $0 commission on stocks. Quickly, Olynyk, Barnes, Walter, and Davion Mitchell for the Raptors. Barnes turns the corner in the lane. He's fouled by Jonathan Isaac. So Scotty will go to the line for a couple of free throws. The story again tonight, the deadly three-point shooting of the Orlando Magic, having ranking last in the NBA in three-point makes per game and percentage. Tonight, they sit at 18 for 40.
And by last in percentage, we're talking about a team that shoots just 30% from the three-point line.
Right, 45 and makes 11 threes, and they've already made that many. Barnes back, lays it up and in after the steal. 88-70 stops the order of the day for Toronto. Offensive foul, Jonathan Isaac against Scotty Barnes. I bet you they've been a couple of pickup games at Florida State against one another. Quickly, deep three, no good. Long rebound, Carter. IQ, not quite the impact impact as he did last time. 1 of 9 from 3. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. Corey Joseph up top, guarded by Jacoby Walter. Gets into the lane, the fall away up, no good. Rebound knocked away, Davion Mitchell has it. Front court to Walter. Jacoby to Davion, to Scotty. 3 in the air, good, down the bottom of the well. 88-73. Raptors down 15, trying to mount a charge. Mitchell picking up full court against Corey Joseph. Trevelyan Queen giving a screen. Front court, Orlando has it. In the white, moving left to right. 10-18 to go in the game. They lead by 15. Joseph in the lane, floats it up and in.
Great job for Corey playing through that contact, keeping the dribble alive. And again, getting to that left hand like I mentioned, using that right shoulder to create the space and get the defense off balance.
Corey Joseph, NBA champion, 14-year veteran. Barnes in the lane, shot fake to Olynyk. The shot blocked. Kelly gets the rebound back and puts it in.
Good fight by Kelly, recovering the basketball. Probably could have got up a little quicker on that first attempt, but gets it right back in the up and under around the left side of the basket.
90-75. 15-point lead for Orlando. Carter to Howard on the drive. Nice move by Howard. Off balance, the jumper short, rebound to Toronto.
Good defense by quickly, right, forcing him back to that left hand. A tough look.
Barnes 3 straight away, got it again, down the bottom of the well.
He's ready.
Timeout, Jamal Mosley. The Raptors have cut it to 12, and Scotty all business as he strides toward the bench in the timeout.
Scotty's ready to play now.
9:17 to go, fourth quarter. Toronto going to the whip, trying to catch Orlando. 90-78 Magic, 9:17 fourth quarter. You're listening to Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Touchdown.
Great catch.
Give me a high five.
5 minutes later.
Interception.
Awesome play.
Give me a high five.
2 hours later.
Eddie, did you order 20 high five specials from 2-for-1 Pizza?
You kept asking for high fives.
I meant... never mind. I'm hungry.
High five. Buy any large traditional pizza and get up to 3 medium one-topping pizzas for just $5 each.
2-for-1 pizza. 2-for-1. From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
A new message about the health risks from drinking. This is Heather Butts. Tonight on CTV National News, could a push for warning labels in the U.S. happen here? Full details tonight at 11 and at ctvnews.ca.
At Walmart, we offer everyday low prices to help you save money and live better. Save $5 on a box of selected varieties and sizes of Pampers or Huggies Super Pack diapers. And save even more with the tax break on now at Walmart.
TSN 1050. Listen anywhere. Stream your favorite shows on your smart speaker. Simply tell your smart speaker to listen to TSN 1050 everywhere you want it.
Back in Toronto, 9:17 to go, fourth quarter. Toronto trying to make a charge. We're coming to the top of the stretch, and the Raptors have pulled out wide and are riding hard, trying to get to the finish line. Mitchell, Barnes, quickly. Walter and Olynyk on the floor for Toronto as they trail it by 12. Orlando ball coming front court. Right to left. In the white. Anthony. On the bounce against Davion Mitchell to De Silva. Drives, gets a switch on quickly. De Silva trying to back in. Fall away jumper going to be short. Oh! And they called a foul on quickly. I think they're going to look to make sure there was actually time when the foul was called.
Well, you know, just by
can't tell from that
just
angle.
by Quickly's body language, I could tell he knew.
He thought he fouled.
He thought he fouled him, right? And now I'm getting another look on the monitor. He got him midway through the forearm.
Yeah, he got him. And I guess they're looking at, was there time on the clock or was it a shot clock violation? Pat Frayer signaling for that review very, very quickly.
Yeah, that shot was off about 7/10 of a second.
Upon review, the foul does occur prior to expiration of shot clock. Player will resume 2 free throws.
So a couple of free throws coming for Tristan De Silva. De Silva on the line for 2. First one up and down. Keeping an eye on the out-of-town scoreboard. Big one between the Knicks and the Thunder. They lead, New York leads OKC 71-64. Midway through the third quarter. Right here, it's 92-78 Orlando. Barnes, far side, gets it to Walter. Jacoby drives, gets into the lane. Finds a cutting Davion Mitchell who missed the layup. Great cut on the baseline, just could not finish. Here comes Orlando front court. De Silva gets it to Houston. Cross court, Caldwell Pope, 3, no good. Rebound, knocked away, saved by Jacoby Walter. 8:08 to go, fourth quarter. 92-78, 14-point lead. Scotty turns the corner, gets to the hoop, goes for the dunk. Thought he was fouled, didn't get it. That's 2 layups Toronto missed. Houston's 3, no good, far side. Quickly on the drive and is fouled by De Silva. With those 2 layups, Javon, and these free throws, you're looking at a game inside 10 points.
Yeah, two gimmies, right? 2 easy layups, and rightfully so. Truthfully, just chippies, right? That both Davion missed, and Scotty probably tried to put a bit too much sauce on it and cocked it back. Yes, it was contact, but if you get that close to the basket, it's got to be foul and a basket.
Quickly on the line for a couple of free throws. First one is good from IQ. .744 to go, fourth quarter. Orlando 92, Toronto 79. Second one good by IQ. Raptors cut the lead to 12, lots of time. 7:35 to go, fourth quarter. Anthony into the lane, pivots, finds Bataze, floats it up, no good, rebound Pirtle. Outlet, here comes Quickly. Front court, IQ on the bounce. Holding off Houston, shakes him, floats it up, no good. Rebound De Silva. IQ 4 of 16 tonight. Caldwell Pope, foul line jumper, good. Came around the screen and knocked it down cleanly. 94-80, Orlando. Abaji to quickly near side. On the dribble, kicks to the corner. Mitchell to Abaji. Three partially blocked, but Pirtle scoops up the loose change and puts it back in the machine. Raptors cut the lead to 94-82. Still fighting. Top of the stretch. 6:20 to go, fourth quarter. Anthony on the bounce. Davion Mitchell in his jersey. Anthony floats it up, no good. Rebound, Jacoby Walter.
That is one thing. Davion Mitchell's on-ball defense is unreal.
Quickly drives. Kicks to Walter. Jacoby measures a three up top and knocks it in the bottom of the well. 94-85. It's inside 10 points. The Raptors still charging hard. Anthony front court. Davion Mitchell in his kitchen. De Silva guarded by Abaji. Works far side. Into the lane, floats it up and in. Great hesitation move by De Silva.
Yeah, he used Abaji's aggression against him. Abaji, really good defense, moving his feet, staying with him, disciplined, but just that hesitation creates that slight advantage.
Quickly shot was bounced, looked like behind the baseline. Shot it over the backboard. Davion Mitchell knocks it away from Cole Anthony, but it goes out of bounds, staying with Orlando. 96-85 Orlando by 11. 5:18 to go. Mitchell still guarding Cole Anthony tough. Anthony to Batase is fouled by Pirtle. And Pirtle went gangster on him. He fouled him. Batase went down. He kind of looked at him and then walked away. That's how you do it, man. Back in my day was a kangaroo court fine. If you helped the cat on another team up, we saw that. You get on the line the next day and you go down and back a few times. Don't be helping them up. Batase, free throw good. I'm not saying you have to step over him like
AI did.
Allen Iverson did to Ty Lue or Scottie Pippen did to Patrick Ewing. You don't have to do that, but don't be helping the guy up.
I know. I wouldn't mind seeing a step over, Jonesy.
He's got 4 teammates. Oh, if I dunk on you, I'm stepping over you. And before I step over you, I'm leaning down to tell you about it too. Barnes drive, his pass into the corner, tipped away by Orlando in the 1983 Final Four with Phi Slamma Jamma. Benny Anders of Houston dunked on the baseline, went out of bounds where they had a little monitor for the sideline reporter. He said, hang on. He wanted to see the replay on the monitor of his dunk. So we've got the ball out of bounds for Toronto. We got a 30-second infection control timeout. Trying to take a look at who the blood donor is. But if you're Toronto down 12.
Poor Anthony. See him getting worked on down in front of Orlando's bench.
So Barnes will inbound for Toronto, near side, left wing. Right in front of Jamal Mosley. Barnes, Pirtle, Abaji, Mitchell, and Walter on the floor. Jacoby up top, gets it to Barnes. Gets a screen. Scotty in the lane on De Silva to Pirtle. Floats it up and in. 97-87.
Scotty, he's so good when he's engaged. All right, look how he gets into the lane there. And Batadze, as soon as he gets below the free throw line, right away he thinks, I got to help. Scotty making a play, Pirtle making a bucket.
Raptors pick up defensively. Batadze gets it to De Silva. Back to Batadze. Kick it out. Anthony tried to pass it midair and throws it away. Back comes Jacoby Walter. Raptors need a good shot. No empty trip here. Barnes deep three. Rattles and goes over the backboard.
Hey.
That would have brought the house down.
Hey, I was ready. Jonesy.
4:17 to go. Toronto still down 10. (97-87). Front court, Davion Mitchell hounding De Silva. Gets it to Batadze. Dribble handoff, Cole Anthony into the lane. Stops. Jumper got it over Barnes. High, arcing. Jumper by Anthony makes it 99-87. Still a 12-point lead. Quickly in the lane. Drive on Batadze. Knocked down by Batadze. No foul call. And now Pirtle has it stripped. Here comes Queen on the run out. He'll back it out. Kicks it cross court. Batadze. Dribble handoff to Anthony. Into the lane. Floats it up and in. Timeout Toronto.
That's a tough play. Batadze clearing out Queen, and the dribble handoff with Suggs. Wanted to get him downhill against Pirtle, and the angle at which that he made that floater off the glass, extremely tough.
Yeah, he was floating towards the baseline and kind of shot it across his body. Real skill there by Cole Anthony. Let's take a timeout. 3:26 in the stretch. 101-87 Orlando. This is Tangerine Raptors basketball on TSN 1050 Toronto.
Whatever the weather, CMC Markets is here to help. Planning for a rainy day? Enjoy $0 commission on U.S. and Canadian share CFDs. Riding out the storm? Get ahead of the curve with lightning-fast execution speeds. Blue skies ahead? Go with the trusted broker backed by over 30 years experience. Switch to CMC Markets and join over 275,000 global traders. Learn more at cmcmarkets.ca. FX spreads apply. CFDs involve a high degree of risk. Member Canadian Investor Protection Fund. Umbrella not included.
Hey, Sasquatch here. I've made a lot of friends working out at Planet Fitness. Let me introduce you to the Sasquad. First up, the Kettlebell Queen. She puts the fun in functional training. Next, Sir lifts a lot. He lifts a lot. And of course, the Stretcher. Her flex, flexibility.
Get started at Planet Fitness today for $1 down and then $15 a month. Offer expires January 10th. $49 annual fee applies. See Home Club for details.
What a shot! Tennis hits different down under.
That is absolutely extraordinary.
So don't miss a moment. The Australian Open, January 11th to 26th on TSN and TSN Plus. Subscribe now.
I'm the puck that just won't bounce your way.
I'm the gust of wind that makes the field goal miss.
I'm the final shot that bounces out. Yeah, that's me. I'm random. And before you bet more than you can afford to lose, remember, I'm always in play. Learn more at gamblingisrandom.ca.
First up with Korolnik and Koliakovo. Weekday morning 6 till 10 on TSN 1050.
You ain't first, you're last.
101-87. Orlando by 14, 3:26 to go. Fourth quarter. Jim Taddy up with the postgame after it's all done. I'll be joining him. Folks, you can't see we're on radio, but my guy Javon Shepard looked like, and it's a real bow tie too, like somebody actually tied it. Gray suit, kind of a rose-colored pocket square and bow tie, white shirt. Resplendent, folks, resplendent.
You know what? I'm coming from a wedding and want to send a big congratulations to...
Were you on the top of the cake?
I should have been. Big congratulations to Nadine and Christopher Stewart.
Nice.
The Stewarts.
Nice.
Newlyweds.
All the best for a happy, healthy, prosperous life. And if you're blessed with children, healthy ones too. Barnes on the drive into the lane for Toronto. Kicks it to Abaji. Down low to Pirtle. Shot clock at 5. Gotta go. Barnes, corner 3, no good. Rebound, Bataze. 2:59 to go. Fourth quarter. Orlando with the lead and the orange. Queen up top on the bounce against Quickly. Gets it to Bataze, to Anthony. Down to the baseline. Cole Anthony jumper, no good. Rebound, Grady. Raptors pushing. They need some home runs. Grady's pass for Pirtle knocked away out of bounds. It'll stay with Toronto. High risk pass from Grady. Caldwell Pope bounces quickly out of bounds into the Orlando bench, so that'll be a foul. And the Raptors, with 2:29 to go, trail 101-87. Quickly on the inbound. Gets it to Barnes. Scotty squares on De Silva. Backs him down. Gets into the lane. Jump hook in the air, short. Rebound, Bataze. Big double-double for the man from the Republic of Georgia. 11 points, 13 rebounds. He got 5 assists, too.
Plays the right way.
And maybe a 6th here, yes, as Cole Anthony knocks down a triple. And that's another shovel of dirt on the Raptors.
Listen, you don't always need guys that are going to put up big numbers. You need guys that are going to put up the right numbers. And, you know, with how he played today, 11 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists. He made a lot of good plays for Orlando.
Abaji drives, lays it in near side. 104-89. Turning point came when the Raptors had 2 trips and both layups with the score at 12 and couldn't get either one through the tin. Anthony into the lane to De Silva. To Bataze, his 3 no good. Rebound Quickly. Minute and a half to go. Toronto down 15. Quickly to Barnes. Scotty drives into the lane to Pirtle. Floats it up and in. Jakob with 21. 104-91. Anthony will bring it front court. Gets it to Bataze. Now to Queen. Drives and jams it down. Trevelyan Queen knocks it out on the dunk. 106-91. Barnes to Pirtle in the lane. Reverse layup, no good. He's fouled. And he'll get a couple of free throws. $101 to go. And some of the patrons headed for the exit. 15-point Orlando lead. They kind of busted it open in the middle of the second quarter, Javon, and like a classic long-distance race. I know it's 10,000 meters, but that guy breaks away from you after a kilometer and a half, and you can't catch him. It's lights out.
You know, it got tougher for Toronto in that third quarter when they came around that bend. Couldn't really put the ball in the bucket, right? Only 18 points in that third quarter. And to your point, right, as well as Orlando has shot the basketball, if you're not meeting it by putting that ball through that orange hoop, things get a little bit more difficult.
106-93, under a minute to go. Raptors still working, but Orlando hanging on to the ball. De Silva on the dribble. Drives into the lane, has it stripped. Grady, quick hit ahead to Abaji. Ochai lays it up and in. 106-95. Raptors still picking up full court, 30 seconds to go. Playing right till the final buzzer. Caldwell Pope against Barnes. Scotty still sitting in his chair. Guarding Caldwell Pope. Shot clock violation. 12.8 seconds to go. The Raptors will get a shot up as Pirtle floats it up and in. But that's all cosmetics. 106-97. Orlando's going to dribble out the clock. It's a final at Scotiabank Arena. The Orlando Magic defeat the Toronto Raptors 106-97.
Yeah, and credit Orlando, right? They came out and had a complete team effort. The bench came in and contributed, outscored Toronto 43-18, and then obviously we talked about the shooting of Orlando. Got off to a really hot start from the three-point line from a team that doesn't typically shoot three ball well. Right, they really stuck to their game plan. Raptors had Pirtle deep under the basket in drop coverage, and they took advantage of those weak side, the strong weak side, the hard weak side help rather. Got a number of those shots, looks on the weak side of the floor to knock them down. For the Raptors, I thought, it just seemed like they didn't have that pop in their step. They didn't have that same bounce that we've seen against Brooklyn a couple days ago. And, we have a team that is going to play defense like Orlando, and they also come out and they start shooting the basketball as well as they did. Right, if you don't have that fire, if you don't have that force, think it's an uphill battle. And for the Raptors, that third quarter really hurt them. Only scored 18 points. Right, so there was a lid on the basket there and gave up 30.
So well, they get a double-figure lead, and they grind it. It is tough to come back.
You know what, Jonesy? The Raptors still did a good job of taking care of the basketball.
Yeah.
Only 11 turnovers, but in Orlando Magic fashion, held the Raptors to 80 field goal attempts. So they really shortened the game, really forced them to play in the half court, didn't allow them to get out into the fast break and run the basketball where they're really good. 10 fast break points for the Raptors, 16 for Orlando.
So the Magic come to Toronto and get a win. 106-97 is the final. For all of us here, Owen Hall up top with Jim Taddy. You'll hear Taddy on the postgame. I'll be joining him. Matt Cardadero back at Raptors Central. Josh Lewenberg, Josh Lippa, and my broadcast partner, Javon Shepard. I'm Paul Jones saying good night from Scotiabank, the floor of Scotiabank Arena. Orlando 106, the Raptors 97. This has been Tangerine Raptors basketball across the TSN radio network. Good night from the floor of Scotiabank Arena.
Alpine News Network is here live with one of our superheroes.
Joe and Lucy needed a new roof and reached out to Alpine Credits. I flew over to help them with a home renovation loan. I suggested they transform their house into a giant robot head, beams that shoot from the eyes. Pew, pew! Instead, they just went with shingles. But it's pretty glorious.
Own your home? Need a loan? Alpine Credits can help.
Alpine Credits, where homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616.
What the flock?
Excuse me?
What the flock? These wings are amazing.
What the flock? What are you talking about?
What the flock wings? Try one.
These are delicious. I bet the kids will love them.
Yeah, but maybe we should call them WTF wings in front of the kids?
Seriously?
Oh, yep. Now I'm hearing it.
Get the What the Flock family combo. 20 wings, garlic bread, large potato wedges, 4 cans of pop, served with celery, carrots, and 2 dips for just $46.99. Order now on Uber Eats or skip the dishes. Or visit WTFlockwings.com.
Ah, at last, the Subaru winter is here. It's the perfect weather for the beach. Feel the sun's rays on the small amount of skin peeking out of your ski mask. Put on your beach puffer and hear the sound of the waves crashing over the chatter of your teeth. Get out there in winter like it's summer with standard symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive and advanced safety systems. Visit your local Subaru dealer today.
At Tangerine, we're fans of fans who are invested in the game. Like Mary, who stands 5 inches away from her 55-inch flat-screen TV and yells at it even though she knows no one on the TV can hear a word she's saying. Is it effective? There's no evidence. Do we support her? Yeah. Screaming at the TV for all 4 quarters. That's how Mary fans. And we're fans of Mary. This is how we fan. Tangerine, the official bank of the Toronto Raptors.
This is Raptors Game Night on TSN 1050. The Raptors live here.
In the woods at 106.97. Welcome to Raptors Game Night, the post-game show live from Scotiabank Arena. Jim Taddy above the action and Paul Jones courtside in lieu of Warren Ward, who is with us tonight, has the night off. Jonesy, obviously a tough night for the Raptors, 106.97, but they closed good, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, Jim, they played right till the final buzzer. And, you heard Jeff Turner before the game talking about Jamal Mosley and what he has kind of laid down in terms of a foundation here for this Orlando Magic team. And I producer Owen Hall, we were all talking about this. The Raptors are where Orlando was 3 or 4 years ago. And I think Toronto's timetable is on a bit more of a fast track because they don't have like Franz and Mo Wagner and Paulo Banchero who are green. They've got some guys that have some NBA experience in Quickly and Barnes and Barrett to put them together. So you might be a little bit ahead of the curve, but one, you got to get them healthy, and two, they got to get some chemistry, playing together on the floor. I mean, that's the hardest part right now. That, there's a note here. I'm going to look for it, Jim, but they have not played together the entire time. Quickly, Barrett, Barnes, like they haven't been on the floor together since last March.
Yeah, Josh said that in the pregame. You have to go back to March. So, and all the projections for this team were based on the starting five being healthy.
Yeah, you're right, Jim. And listen, I will say this: health is something that, when it fails you, it will derail your season. And you're in trouble. Like, you can't do anything if your guys aren't playing. They always say that Sam Mitchell had the line, you can't help the club sitting in the tub. And that's kind of what happened. Quickly's back. Now Barrett's sick and out. Barrett was playing. Quickly wasn't healthy. Barnes has been hurt a couple. It just kind of the way it is. And I mean, to your first point on this, Jim, I like the fight. I like the attitude. I like the fact that Darko is established. Listen, we're rebuilding, and the first brick is playing hard. So I think you're seeing that from this club.
I would agree with that. And, so during the many absences, Chet and Walter got a lot of playing time. And now, in a reduced role, but in an effective role off the bench, they're making contributions, aren't they?
They are. They are. And this is what I said, Jim, before, in that, as you just said, rightfully so a second ago, that they were getting extended minutes with no Scotty or no RJ. And that's great. You get 31 minutes and you put up like 16 or 17 points. Okay, that's great. But when when the big dogs come back and you're sitting at the big boy table, you may not get the potatoes first, okay? You wait till it's passed around to you. So can you be effective or just as efficient instead of 31 minutes, in 16, in 18? Can you still be, 3 of 5, 4 of 6, grab 3 or 4 rebounds? Can you still do stuff that impacts and helps the team, but on a I wouldn't say on a lesser scale, on still an important scale in lesser time? And I think that's the key. And, you saw Jacoby and Grady basically split the time in the fourth quarter. That's kind of the way it's going to be once they get everybody back.
Yeah, and, with Barrett's in there, Obaji would be coming off the bench, and I mean, suddenly the bench looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and that tells you about kind of the depth that they have, Jim, and has been tested a little bit with the injuries they've had so far this season.
Yeah, and a lot of this you have to project down the road. I would suggest to you that maybe 2 years from now you're looking back at Shed and Walter coming out of the same draft, one drafted, one acquired in trade after he was drafted, and in a draft when you also forfeited or traded away your own first-round pick to come out with those two guys, and maybe Mobo's around at that time too. That's pretty good scouting.
It is. And, it's funny. We were talking off mic, Javon and I, about everybody talks about, what a weak draft this was. Well, Tristan Da Silva didn't look so weak. Like you talk about, you just mentioned the guys that the Raptors had, when you talk about Mobo and Shed and Jacoby Walter and, gosh, his name fails me. It's on the tip of my tongue. The kid that we saw the other night in Memphis, Battle for Toronto, but I'm trying to think. It'll come to me, but this is if your scouts are doing their job, you're going to find people. Don't tell me about how weak the draft is. Find me a guy who can play, and that's kind of what is happening as we're seeing, a third, almost halfway through this NBA season right now.
Wells, was that the name you're looking
Wells,
for?
Jalen Wells. Yeah, the young man from Memphis. Good call, Taddy.
Well, I got help from my producer, Owen.
Okay.
he dialed it up for me, so I'm not going to take credit for that. I was about to do it, but the great thing that when you're looking up something around people is it's a race to see who can get on the internet first.
Yeah, it is. Man, could you imagine the marks we would have had, Jim, back in the day if you could just say, "Hey, Google"?
Well, we'd be geniuses. I mean, let's be honest here. Oh boy. So I mean, obviously, you may have got into this game thinking Orlando's hurt and then they lost Suggs. But first of all, let's deal with that. I mean, that happens right in front of you. That was pretty nasty, wasn't it?
Yeah, back spasms, and the young man went down, and I was just, they told us back spasms. I was just hoping that it wasn't something like a disc or, a vertebrae had moved or something like that. I'm glad to hear that it's quote only unquote back spasms. So
yeah.
I'm glad. He's a good kid. He works hard. He plays the right way. So hopefully he gets healthy and is back in the lineup really soon.
So talk to us about, you're calling now. Quickly's there, 33 minutes tonight, another double-double, 11 assists, 11 points, and what you're seeing, how he sort of opens it up for not only from his performance, but how it affects everybody else.
Well, the thing is, you don't have to depend on Scotty all the time to be your number one playmaker. This era that we're in of kind of positionless basketball, you've got playmakers on the floor. Barnes can be a playmaker. Quickly can be a playmaker. RJ Barrett has shown, that he can be a playmaker. Saw a great stat today with IQ coming off 21 and 15 the other day. They call those, they have these melded terms for them, but most points scored or assisted on in a single game, like combining for points. Emmanuel Quickly the other night against the Nets, 21 points, and the 15 assists led to 34 points. So that's a 55. The top 6 instances of that happening this year have been by RJ Barrett has 1 and 2, Barnes has 3, Quickly has 4, Scotty has 5, and RJ has 6. So there's 3 guys who can obviously play make, and when they're on the floor together, you've got to be aware of all of them. So with Quickly coming back, we saw tonight, Scotty, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. He didn't have to carry the load in terms of being the sole playmaker all the time. And it's, like I said, I can't wait till they get healthy. We can actually see what they're doing.
Yeah, and we look forward to that, and hopefully RJ's on his way back. He's been out for a bit, so hopefully he's feeling better and can get back in, even in their next game against Milwaukee on Monday night. So they have the weekend off, which is good. And I guess this game comes down to three-point shooting. The Raptors 10 of 29, and the Magic were 19 of 44. That's quite a discrepancy.
Well, yeah, 9 made extra threes. That's 27 points. You're talking about a team that only allows opponents to get 80 shots a game up in Orlando, and they're one of the best defensive teams. So that's a huge discrepancy. That's a huge gradient to try and overcome. And Orlando was, dare I say, punching out of their weight class, Jim. They're last in the NBA, only 11 threes a game. Tonight, 19. So, the old adage, my old coach used to say, hold a guy to his average or below and you got a chance to beat him. Well, Not so much tonight when you look at what Orlando did, knocking down threes from behind the arc.
I'd be curious on your take on how would you describe this? So we're talking about the Raptors that were down and fought their way back, and in fact in the fourth quarter outscored them 29-18. So when you see and there's moments in other games where it doesn't look good, and then all of a sudden they go right after that other team. So what are they doing?
I think it comes from the adjustments, Jim, but continuing to play hard. Sometimes, a great line by Stan Van Gundy. We were talking to him in the playoffs about, you lost the first game, Stan, and you won the second game. What adjustments did you make? He goes, hey, look, sometimes adjustments are just guys making shots. And, for me, Toronto picks up their defense, get some scoring off your defense, start making some shots. Some of those shots become easier when you've got live ball turnovers and you've got 3-on-1s and 4-on-2s and you're getting good looks. It becomes pretty easy to make those shots. So I think it's just kind of picking it up, Jim, in every phase of your game. Shoot better, defend better, rebound better. All of those things kind of feed into, coming back and keeping yourself in ball games.
Well, my unofficial math, and don't quote me, but 7 of 15, the Magic were in that fourth quarter, and the Raptors were 11 of 21. The number that jumps off the page when you're looking at the end-of-game stats is the 32 assists by the Magic on, 37 baskets. I mean, that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
It means that they're moving the ball and guys are making shots. I mean, people look at sometimes, how many assists a team gives up, and that's sometimes a function of their defense not being strong enough. And I thought Toronto, their defense was a little weak early, but they picked it up later in the game.
Let's end on this. Corey Joseph, obviously, nice to see him back in the building. 17 minutes and 3 assists and 11 points. Pretty good game.
Pretty good game from the 14-year veteran. Kid from Toronto, went to high school in Pickering. Like I said, I played with his dad, who was a terror himself, and I'm not surprised that his son and his boys all played pro ball. He's a veteran. You should have heard the great words that Jamal Mosley had for Corey before the game about his character, being a professional. I mean, he's a championship player with San Antonio, and he's the right guy for this team. And this Magic team gets healthy. Look out for them in the playoffs when they get Banchero back and Franz Wagner. Just keep an eye out for them.
Jonesy, thanks very much. Appreciate you hanging around.
Pleasure, Jim.
106-97, the Magic over the Toronto Raptors, who now have the weekend off. This is Raptors Game Night live from Scotiabank Arena on TSN 1050.
They're coming.
The National Basketball Association on SiriusXM. For a full list of games and channels, go to SiriusXM.com/NBA schedule.
We apologize for this disruption in our regular program. Thanks for your patience. We'll return to our scheduled program as soon as we can.
XM 195 Internet 957. Iowa is on XM 380 Internet 970. 8 p.m. Georgetown against Xavier. Georgetown is on XM 384 Internet 974, while Xavier is on XM 383 Internet 973. 8 p.m. Ohio State play Michigan State. Ohio State is on XM 382 Internet 972, while Michigan State is on XM 381 and Internet 971. 9 p.m. Marquette Golden Eagles play the Blue Jays. Marquette can be heard on Sirius 119 XM 201 Internet 963, while the Blue Jays can be heard on XM 385 Internet 975. 11 p.m. New Mexico face Nevada. New Mexico is on XM387, Internet 977, while Nevada is on XM386, Internet 976. In NCAA football, 4 p.m., Texas State take on North Texas. You can hear it on Sirius 139, XM204, Internet 966. And 7:30 p.m., Virginia Tech take on Minnesota on Sirius XM Internet Channel 84.
SiriusXM has soccer covered end to end. SiriusXM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's SiriusXM FC on Channel 157.
I'm Mick Kern with It Happened in Baseball. Some odds and ends for you. August 6th, 2001, while playing for the Boston Red Sox, Scott Hatteberg of Moneyball fame lined into a triple play against the Texas Rangers during the 4th inning. His next at-bat was with none out in the 6th inning and the bases loaded. All Hatteberg did was take a Juan Moreno pitch out of the park for his second career grand slam, in the process becoming the first player in Major League history to hit into a triple play, then follow that at-bat up with a grand slam. The Red Sox took the game 10-7. April 23rd, 1999, Chan Ho Park, the first major leaguer from South Korea, served up not one but two grand slams in the same inning, a major league first. Pitching for the Los Angeles Dodgers at home against the St. Louis Cardinals, Park gave up the two big hits in the 3rd inning, and both times Cards third baseman Fernando Tatis did the damage. Tatis became the first major leaguer to accomplish this feat and set a new record with 8 RBI in the same inning. Not bad for a player who had never cleared the bases with a home run before in his major league career. St. Louis went on to win the game 12-5. Park was also on the mound when Barry Bonds of the San Francisco Giants hit his 71st home run of the season on October 5th, 2001. That round trip removed Bonds' past card slugger Mark McGwire for the most home runs in one season. For good measure, Park also served up Bonds' 72nd home run later that same game. Park last pitched in the majors in 2010 and recorded 124 wins. For It Happened in Baseball, I'm Mick Kern.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Zach Crawford with your SiriusXM sports schedule for Friday, January 3rd. All times are Eastern, so please remember all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, at 7 p.m., the Florida Panthers are against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Panthers are on Sirius 91, XM 91, Internet 931, while the Penguins are on Internet 941. At 8 p.m., the Chicago Blackhawks face off against the Montreal Canadiens. You can hear the Blackhawks on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 925, while the Canadiens can be heard on Internet 934. Also at 8 p.m., the St. Louis Blues do battle against the Ottawa Senators. The Blues can be heard on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 944, while the Senators can be heard on Internet 939. At 9 p.m., the Edmonton Oilers are in Anaheim to do battle against the Ducks. You can hear the Oilers on Sirius 210, XM 221, Internet 930, while the Ducks can be heard on Internet 920. At 10 p.m., the Vancouver Canucks are against the Nashville Predators. The Canucks can be heard on Sirius 91, XM 91, and Internet 948, while the Predators are on Internet 935. In the NBA, 7 p.m., the Detroit Pistons take on the Charlotte Hornets. Detroit can be heard on Sirius 137, XM 212, Internet 888, while Charlotte is on Internet 883. 7:30 p.m., the Toronto Raptors are against the Orlando Magic. Toronto is on Sirius XM Channel 167 and Internet 907. Orlando is on Internet 901. 8 p.m., the Houston Rockets take on the Boston Celtics. Houston can be heard on Sirius 138, XM 213, Internet 890, while Boston can be heard on Internet 881. 8 p.m., Oklahoma City Thunder take on the New York Knicks. Oklahoma City is heard on Sirius XM Channel 86 and Internet 900, while New York is heard on Internet 899. 8 p.m., New Orleans Pelicans play the Washington Wizards. New Orleans is on Sirius 139, XM 214, Internet 898, and Washington is on Internet 909. 8:30 p.m., Dallas Mavericks take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Dallas is on Sirius 161, XM 215, Internet 886. Cleveland is on Internet 885. 9 p.m., Denver Nuggets play the San Antonio Spurs. Denver is on Sirius 162, XM